Hello, this is going to be a short demo on Helm, which is an IT management program or tool for small companies. It's a prototype, but I do have it running at several of my clients and I get pretty good feedback from it. I'm pleased with their reaction to it, so I want to show you and get your reaction to it too. Okay, I'll log in. The login is multi-user, multi-level, so there's security for different levels of users coming in at doing different things in the program. Let's go ahead to the heads up screen. This is the heart of the screen because it gives you a lot of information right up front, and it's easy to get to almost anything within the application. So the first screen you see is action items. This is part of the operations part, and I'll come back to this, but this is one of the key parts of the system. Locations, I can track multiple physical locations. Departments for reporting, I know what department's using what. Employees and assets and services is where I put in the most relationships. You know, what we're dealing with are networks. Networks are inherently a system of related devices and systems and applications. And I wanted a way to be able to track not only those applications, but those relationships. And that's what this does. Well, let's start with the employee tabs. All I really want to know about the employee is who they are, contact information, what department they're in, and perhaps when they started and when they terminated, if they terminated. So the information that I want to be able to do is fairly simple from the employee's information, but then I want to be able to relate them to assets and services later on. And this program is built to do that. Next, let's take a look at assets. This is really what started the whole thing. I was looking for a better way to track the details of an asset, either on a system that I hadn't seen or one I haven't seen in quite a while. There is a moment in time when an IT person is installing an asset or software package or an appliance that they really know a lot about it. And I wanted to capture that information so that I could easily get back to it. So in this particular case, I know the manufacturer, the product. This is a graphics card inside another computer. Serial number, what department has it. I can track the physical location. I know when I bought it and who I bought it from, in case there's a warranty issue. I know what I paid and whether it's in service and an IP address if I want it. One of the things I always wanted to be able to easily do is capture the warranty information. So now I know who the warranty is, what the account number of the vendor is, who I log into, where I log into, how long it's going to be active, and what the SLA is. So it's now at my fingertips. In addition, I know who's using it. I know about activities, and I'll come back to that in a second because that's part of the operations. In assembly, I can actually have this card as a child to another device. So this is a graphics card, and it belongs in this desktop, so I know that. And I could be able to go into that very quickly and find it. And service plan is another warranty. Say you bought an additional warranty from the vendor when you bought the system that's over and above the regular warranty. So you could include that as a service plan here. So so my goal with the asset is to have a much higher level of tracking. So let me go ahead and get back. So let's go ahead and take a look at managed services. These are services that a small company is going to contract with on the outside to provide different services for the company. Your hosting provider, domain registrar, your ISP. Say you have a backup company that comes in and picks up your tapes. You can put that all in here. Let's take a look at eFax. Again, similar to assets, there's a moment in time when you create the service and incorporate it into the network, into the company, that you have all this information at your fingertips. And what you really want is some way to save it in such a way that you can get to it in a few months and you know exactly where it is and you know everything about it that you need to know. So in this particular case, we know that this is an eFax service. We know who to contact if there's a support issue. We know what the term of the contract is and how much it costs. We can see it has 4 seats. Activities I'm going to come to next, but we can click on users and we can see the 4 users that are using eFax, and this is handy. Under managed services can also be a service contract, in which case that might show up here, and we'd actually see the devices, software, whatever that are covered by that contract. So managed services are a key part of a company, and just like assets, we want to be able to track them and relate them to everything else in the company. So capturing the details of the employees, the assets, and the services is really great, really cool. Not quite enough, though. What we want to do is to be able to capture those relationships, and that's what this program can do. So say we had an employee, Susan or Pamela Bush, and she calls and says she has a laptop problem and you need to call for support. So we go to Susan, drill down to her, look at her assets, drill down to her asset, and then click on her service requirements, and then we can see. So now we know that it's still under warranty, green light. We know who to call. We know what their service levels are and when they should respond. So we're in pretty good shape. And this is a great thing in case I had to come back from a long absence and figure this out, or send in one of my people to look this over. Go ahead and back up there. So this is also going to work if Pam has maybe an issue with her, say, eFax. So we go over to her account, look at eFax, double click on eFax, and we go right to the eFax information. So the relationships and being able to track them is going to save a lot of time, save the client money, save you money. Okay, so now we've seen that we've been able to capture a lot of key information about our client's network, their assets, their services, and not only that, to be able to capture the relationships between each one of those. This is going to give you a great tactical capability to resolve issues, to find out stuff, to work much more efficiently, and to show this client how well you're organized. But there's another level to this that's more important than this at all, completely, and that's going to be the strategic level. So within assets and services, you have the ability to create action items, tasks. These will be events, or maybe even a history of things that you want to be able to track. So it's key to keeping a network working safely and stably and transparently, to look at each one of the components that are key to that and make sure you're keeping those things completely up to date, that you're doing the maintenance and the operational tweaks to keep this network working at its best performance. This is where you're going to shine as a consultant and shine as an IT person, and this system has the ability to give you that information. It's going to pop up on the screen. You're going to see what's coming up chronologically. Green means it's 30 days out or more. Yellow means it's within 30 days, and red means it's here or past due. So, and again, we're relational. We can drill right down into that event and find out exactly what you need to do and make sure it's been taken care of. And it does track who does what. So if somebody hasn't done it, it's going to record who logged in to make that change. So this is a key capability of Helm. This is one of the things I was really hoping to create in it, and I'm very happy with what we've come up with. So that's about it for now. Helm does really a lot more than this, but what I'm really looking for is to give you an idea what it is, where I was going with it, and get your feedback. I'm looking for what alternatives you've been using for this. I know there's some great programs out there, and I've used them, and I like them, but they never really did exactly what I wanted them to do. My other goal in this is working with owners of small companies. It was always a challenge to get this key information to them in a way that they knew they had it, and they knew they could get to it, and it was organized and efficient. There are programs out there that are really geared towards the IT people, not so much for the owners. And I don't really see an owner getting in and using this, but I do see the owner being able to easily comprehend it and being able to understand that they have this information, it's theirs, it's up to date, and it's something that they can use to maintain their network. They have control, they have visibility, and I think that is a very powerful sales tool for an IT person who is comfortable with what they do. So let me know what you think. I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you.